What's going on, guys? It's Antonio here. Been taking a little break from doing my streams, so I do have I've got a indie creator coming on Wednesday night. I think his book is launching Tuesday. I can't remember what his name is, but yeah, it's Tuesday night. I'll have not Wednesday night. I'll have a stream. You know, just trying to do my little part and help people, get a little light on their projects. I know Ethan's going to do some streams as well. I know he's planning on having Carl Steffen on Mary Boys. Definitely check Mary Boys out. That book looks dope. I was very happy to have him on. Main thing I'm here for is, I was watching some of the Emmys last night and I saw Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones won for best drama, and Peter Dinklage won for best supporting actor. I think that was his fourth time winning while he's been on Game of Thrones. So, which Peter Dinklage is obviously one of the best parts of that show. So I'm not hating on Peter Dinklage. I was surprised they gave Game of Thrones best drama though. I gotta be honest. I've done a few videos. I thought season 7 and especially season 8 was hot garbage. It was not very good. Little disappointed in it. There was an article that just came out and said that Kit Harington hasn't watched the final season yet. So I thought that was a little odd since he was on it, but I've seen actors in the past, like Sean Penn says he doesn't like watching himself on screen and stuff. So there's a lot of movies that he's been in that he never watched them outside of watching particular clips and, like when they're shooting in scene. He's never actually, or he'll go to a premiere or whatever, but he doesn't like watching himself on screen. He said that a few times. And so, it was odd that I saw Kit said that he hadn't watched the final season yet. Obviously, he knows what happens because he was in it. But I just thought, I don't know. Either way, season 8 wasn't very good to me. I love Lord of the Rings. I mean, oh God, it's not Lord of the Rings. I know why I said Lord of the Rings because I was thinking about it. But I love Game of Thrones. But Lord of the Rings, the reason that was something I was thinking about before I went hit the play button. They gave Peter Jackson the best director for Return of the King. He did all 3 movies, and then, he didn't win. And then when the third one came, all of a sudden he got showered with awards, and it was like, oh, Return of the King. And Return of the King was actually very good. But some people thought The Two Towers was actually better, or even the first one, and then maybe he should have won for those. And it seemed like he was getting rewarded for the body of work. Now, Game of Thrones has obviously won several Emmys. Because like I said, Peter Dinklage has won, for playing Tyrion Lannister several times already. Like I said, this was his fourth win. And he was one of my favorite characters on the show, so I wasn't hating. And his performance this season wasn't horrible. It's just that I actually thought he was really good in season 7. He was good in season 7. They messed up in season 7 doing all that all the jump cuts, all the it's like I made a joke before where I felt like they put a warp drive on the dragons. They put a warp drive on the dragons, so it's like all of a sudden, Daenerys is at Dragonstone, and she hears her forces have gotten attacked. What were they down in Highgarden or whatever? And all of a sudden she's down there, and she hops on the dragon, she hops on Drogon, and she's down there. Bam! And she only took. I'm trying to think. She only took Drogon down there that first. She didn't take the other 2 dragons when she went down there and faced the Lannister army and everything, and burned Samwell Tarly's father and his little brother, Dickon Tarly. Although that scene was beautiful when she came in, that episode they said they spent over $8 million doing the special effects on that. And it's a glorious battle with the dragons and the whole thing. Whew, my arm getting tired holding all this phone like this. But I thought, but it was just all the jumping. Another example is when Jon Snow and the rest of the guys, they crossed the wall. You know, they went to Castle Black and they went through the wall because their mission was to capture a white and bring it back down to King's Landing to show Cersei that whole thing. So okay, so they're there and they realize that they're getting in trouble and they need help. So they have to send Gendry. They send Gendry back, and he runs back to the wall, and somehow he's able to run and get, he's able to get to the wall, get through it, and I guess they sent a raven over to Dragonstone or wherever the hell Daenerys was, and she's able to hop on the back of her dragon with the other two. And I mean, obviously she flew, so it's a lot quicker, but she was able to fly over the wall without having the exact location and find Jon Snow and the others without and found him, and then obviously you saw what happened. The Night King killed Viserion and brought him back to life and blah, blah, blah. But that all happened. And then there was the whole thing about Jon Snow falling in the water and it's freezing out there and he gets up and he's still able to. There was so much stuff that they were doing in season 7, and then they go to season 8, and I was like, okay, they've had because they took an extra they took like an extra 8 months. It took almost 2 years for them to air season 8 from season 7, so it took that long, and I thought I was like, okay, well, they've had time to really sit down and tighten this thing up and just, it's going to be banging. And that's not what it was. It was, oh boy. It had a couple of moments. The way the Night King went out and all that kind of stuff, and Super Arya, all that, like, and so just like what I was saying with Lord of the Rings, I think because Game of Thrones got nominated so many times, they got, not to mention all the actors that submitted themselves for nominations and all got nominated. But like I said, Kit Harington got nominated, he lost. Apparently there's a show on Amazon called Fleabag that I need to watch. That's apparently amazing because I saw Fleabag. The show Fleabag kept winning everything, and it's on Amazon Prime, which I have. But I never heard of it until last night. So I was like, what the hell is Fleabag? Why do they keep winning? So the young lady that I guess she's a writer on the show and a producer or whatever. Either way, Fleabag apparently is the greatest show on television right now. So I need to check that out. That was whooping up everybody in most of the categories they were named in. But yeah, but Peter Dinklage won in his category, and then Game of Thrones won for best drama, which overall the show definitely was best drama for me. But those last 2 seasons, man, they just didn't stick the landing for me, and I was a little disappointed by that, but happy for the cast and crew. I know they did a lot of work. I'm trying to make sure I don't do it. Okay, but they did a lot of the show's still one of my favorites. I wish when The Wire went off the air that they had showed The Wire that kind of love that they showed the Game of Thrones, because I thought The Wire was like incredible. But yeah, the show's good. Season 7, season 8, especially season 8. But I don't know. I am curious about this. Did you like Game of Thrones season 7 or season 8? If you didn't like it, tell me why. I want to know why. If some of the things, like I said, the warp drive in the dragons in season 7 was a little weird because the dragons were apparently able to just get anywhere in light speed, and there were a lot of jump cuts and all that. But I am curious. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, check out my comic book brand. It's on Indiegogo, and you can read the first 21 pages of it. The link, of course, is in the description. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. And if you guys want to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on this YouTube channel everywhere is at Akari Press. And if you type in AkariPress.com, it will take you directly to my Indiegogo campaign for my comic book series brand with the phenomenal Kane and White. We're on Teespring. We're on Amazon.com. The links to those are in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I'm out.